it kind of reminds me of like the raw nature. Sometimes we don't get as much into just like the raw nature of following Jesus and being really
Yeah.
honest and authentic and raw with God. I've at times been like when I read Psalms and how David just like laid it all out, and he just like at times is like, oh my gosh, he's going after God right now. I don't know that I could ever pray like that. And I tell other people to pray like that, but then I'm like, I don't know that I could. I don't know.
Right.
It's like almost like I'm fooling God in a sense, but I love that you take it there. I mean, man, if you need to cuss, if you need to let it out, if you need to just rip that thing up, do it. But get it out. And that's another thing that I've heard in talking about anxiety is get that out of your head, and express it, because um, even thoughts that when we were to say them out loud seem crazy
Mhm.
in our heads, when it's just us inside our own heads, it makes so much sense.
Right. And sometimes really, really being honest with God in your journal can be very, very helpful. We're not throwing him any surprise parties. He knows how we feel better than we know how we feel.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
let's be completely honest with him. And sometimes bringing that to therapy and processing it out loud, it takes away a lot of the shame. Because we can let you know that, hey, that's very human of you to feel that way.
Hmm.
Let us support you in expressing that. And then how do we want to deal with it from here?
Yeah.
When I think that rawness also it validates the importance of just sharing the ugly, the unhealthy side too, to admit
Mm.
that there's a part of me. I don't want to admit that, but how can I ever confront it and work through it if I don't admit it, right? So it's
Mm.
important to write that part down too.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
fix what we don't acknowledge.
Yeah. And there's something like sick and twisted in the like the hiding of it,
Mhm.
that like when you finally get to the point of desperation or whatever it is, where you admit that to God or admit that to somebody else, and the response is, hey, me too,
Mhm.
or yeah, that's normal, that's natural, that's human. There's something so healing in that, and that's where I think especially being able to talk to you guys could be so healing for people to be able to just get that, just get it out, and then to have that grace filled response that you guys are talking about.
Well, like I said before, head to tpcc.org/care or /counseling to see resources that would be helpful, and also to see a list of vetted counselors who we trust to give you more ongoing support to walk through issues as complex as this. Don't be ashamed about getting help. We all need it, and you can't do life alone. So again, head to tpcc.org/care or /counseling to get more help and walk with Jesus through this season.